All right. Okay. Hey guys. So happy Monday. It is Monday the 4th. So, you know, the whole May the 4th be with you, all that jazz. We're already into May. We're already 4 days in, and it's already been an amazing month. I mean, it's only been 4 days, but I'm going to call that an amazing month so far. Oh, shoot. Hang on. We got people coming in. Admit. Um, so a lot of you already know that the focus for this month is based on, I mean, every month it's based on customers and promoters, obviously adding to your business. But the whole reason that the company did that promotion at the end of last month was to really get people focused on retail and promoters again. Well, then if you caught it earlier today, Maria is doing a promo based on adding new customers, but specifically adding, helping people thrive for free. And I saw Brittany put out something to piggyback on that, but I'll be honest, I have not watched it yet. So just kind of keep looking from Maria to Susan to Lindsay to Brittany to me. Like there should be some piggybacking happening on promos, but they will all be based about customers. And it doesn't necessarily have to be new customers. Like if you look at Maria's, it's helping someone thrive for free. So if you have someone who isn't thriving for free, this is to help them get there. So what I want to do, and I know pretty much the faces on here don't need this, but what we're going to do for fun is because we are recording this for others, I am going to share my screen, hopefully, if I'm doing this right. That's not the one I wanted you to see. That's Zoom. Okay, can you guys give me a thumbs up? Are you seeing my cloud? Yes, okay. All right, so for the newbies, if you are not sure about Refer To, you will go to Resources. You will go down to Documents and Download, and you'll scroll through all the products, and we have a ton of products. So you're going to scroll through those so you get near the rewards plan. And lo and behold, there it is, Refer To. Boom. All right, now there are some very specific things you need to know about Refer To, and some people in the past and recently have missed the Refer To because of some details. Here it is. The customer, you, in this case, the customer who is trying to earn free credits, they have to be on an auto ship. They themselves have to have an auto ship, okay? Now, does that mean like they have to have one first? No. But when they go to place theirs, they're going to be on auto ship, okay? So as a promoter, you don't have to have an auto ship. That person, the original customer, is going to add a friend who is going to order on auto ship. That has to be on auto ship. And then a second friend, and they have to order on auto ship. If one of these people don't order on auto ship, it will not count. You will have a very sad original customer. What they do is they take friend number 1 and they take friend number 2. They add those 2 orders together. They divide it by 2 to come up with the average of the order. And that is how many Thrive credits someone will get. So if friend 1 orders $50 and friend 2 orders $250, they're going to get $150. So that would be the average of those 2 orders. So I think a lot of times people panic because they're like, oh, so-and-so just ordered the capsules, or maybe it was a small order. That's okay. The other order could be big. If friend 1 put in capsules because that's all they could swing this month, but friend 2 got a couples pack, your original customer is going to get the average of those 2 orders. So they're still going to get a lot of credits. And honestly, you guys, even if both of those customers just ordered capsules and your original customer got $60 in credits, that's $60 in credits. That's like free money that falls out of the sky. So it's just very important that when we start talking about tonight, Refer To, that you guys totally understand this. So I wanted to make sure I showed you. This is always in your cloud office. You can always get a hold of this. I actually even think it's on the Facebook page and the albums of pictures. But it's really important that you understand that auto ship is a huge part of this. It will not happen without auto ship. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Oh, good. We went right back where we were. Okay. So while I'm talking, I want you guys to start typing into the chat for me your tips or your tricks or your surefire way or what you have found that helps you help your customers thrive for free. So, if you know what I'm saying? Did that even make sense when I said that? Yeah. How do you get Refer To for some of your customers? Because you're going to have some people that are going to come in and they're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. I've already told my 4 best friends. But you're also going to get people that are going to come in and be like, yeah, I love it, but I'm not going to tell a soul. And then a month later, they're like, oh, I can't afford it. So while I'm a big fan of, yes, it's their responsibility. If they want it for free, they could do a little work. But at the same time, they're not in it for free. Like, they're not in it for the work part of it. They would love to get free, but they're not going to necessarily work for it. And spoiler alert, if you have somebody who's willing to work for it and they're actually working for it, you have a soon-to-be promoter on your hands, not really a customer. So what I want to talk about tonight, now that we know how Refer To works, and we know that Maria's promo is based on adding or helping people thrive for free, we know that if you earned the double commission for May, it's based on retail sales and it's based on promoter pack orders. This is where, and it doesn't matter, you guys, if they're new or existing. This is just overall volume of those particular things. So this is where it's just like every rock has to be turned over. You have to look everywhere. So I'm going to keep the focus on different ways to build your network. One of the things that I really want to talk about tonight is something that I personally struggle with, and I'm going to guess some of you guys do too. Try as I might, and you guys know how many messages a day I'm sending out. Like I'm shooting for 40 a day. That's no joke. That takes a long time. And it's 40 non-thriving people a day. And yet, when I scroll through Facebook, I see a bunch of thrivers. And they say if you're seeing a bunch of thrivers, that you're doing something wrong. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is something that might be very uncomfortable for me, for sure. But I'm maybe going to have to go in and unfollow a lot of my thriving friends. Or the other thing, but it takes longer, is to actually put your people, your Facebook people, into friends lists. And I've done a complete video all about friends lists. So you can find that on the YouTube channel. I'm not going to go all through that again. But just so you know, you can literally have like a Facebook within a Facebook within a Facebook. So if you have all your Facebook here, you could say on this Facebook tab, when I click this group, I want it to just be my dream team, right? I could just have all you guys on one click. And I could literally click it and my newsfeed would be just you guys. And then I could also have another button that says non-thrivers. And when I click that button, everyone's stuff that shows up would be non-thrivers. That would be highly organized and incredibly helpful. I am not highly organized, so I'm going to shoot for that someday. But in the meantime, while I've got like my blinders on for May, I may just have to go through and unfollow some people. So when you unfollow people on Facebook, it does not mean you unfriend them. It does not mean like you cut all ties. It just means you're not going to see them on your newsfeed. So if you have a thriver, maybe here's my struggle, and you guys can give me your thoughts on this. I want to know what you guys are doing sometimes. Like, I don't need to know everything that's going on in your life. I don't mean it like that, but I want to know what's going on. Like, I'm excited for you. When good crap happens, I want to know. But business-wise, that doesn't help me grow my business. So anyway, that's my struggle right now. So I think we need to be focused. I know we need to be focused on growing our network, or at least diving in deeper to our non-thriving network. So that's what I kind of want to talk about. And I want you guys to hit me up with anything. I'm going to read some of the chat that we've got started already. Edie says, I tell them to share what they feel and to let me know if someone comments so I can help. Absolutely. So if you have a thriver and they're loving it, get them to talk about it somehow, some way, somewhere. And some people will be very comfortable and they will just flat out hop on and be like, holy moly, this stuff's the most amazing thing in the world. You need to call my friend Edie. And then other people will they will private message you and say, I feel really good, but I'm not going to tell anybody. But you can tell people about me if you want. So just however you can work it with that person's comfort level, for sure. Whoops, my thing jumped. From Danielle, customers don't want to do the work. Exactly. Ask them who they know who needs energy and et cetera, and I tell them I will talk to the people interested. Perfect. Again, talking to them about who do they know and then taking the reins so that they don't have to do that work. Courtney says, for newbies, I think it's important to remember you have an opportunity to do this each month. Good point. When I first started, I thought if I did it in my first month, I would never be able to thrive for free again. I did not know that. As long as it's 2 people in the same calendar month, you're thriving for free. Yes. Okay. That's a great point. And that is something that I have always taken for granted. I just assumed people knew they could do it every month. The thing that I feel like I hear a lot is, well, what if, so, you know, Bob and Sally, famous Bob and Sally, they're thriving this month and that's how I'm thriving for free. What if Bob drops off? That's the one I hear all the time. What if I lose somebody? Then yeah, you have to add somebody. But I did not realize that you thought it was just for 1 month. So That's good. So you guys remember that, like when you're talking to somebody about that, let them know this could be every single month forever. I have Thrive for free for almost 5 years. I mean, hello, that's pretty amazing. Okay. So a couple of things, and we've gone through it in the past before. And again, keep filling up the chat as you think of stuff that you've done or you want to try or you've seen someone try. One of the things that I have done in the past that for a couple people, it worked like magic. And then a couple people, it just sat and did nothing. So again, you just never know, but you won't know unless you try. Let's pretend that Courtney is my customer and she's loving her Thrive, but she's a little bit shy, or maybe she's just crazy busy, right? She doesn't have time to dick around with Thrive. That's not her life. She just wants to take it. Like the whole reason she ordered it was because she has a busy life and wants to feel good. So now I'm like, well, who do you know? And she's like, girl, I got no time for you. You can actually create a private Facebook group for Courtney obviously with Courtney's permission, and say, hey, Courtney, I'm going to create this group for your friends. And I'm going to go into that group and I'm going to do a live, or I'm going to do a video or whatever. And I'm going to explain what this is. I'm going to explain that you're using it and that you're loving it. If you have time or if you're comfortable, whatever the issue is, if you could either maybe, sometimes somebody will go live for you also in the group. Sometimes they will just do a written testimony for you in the group. Sometimes they will just comment on your video that you put in the group. But they can start to filter their friends into that group and say, hey, this is something I'm using. I love it. I thought you'd be interested. Here's all the information. If not, take yourself out of the group. So I've literally had people put groups together before where they get 4 or 5 orders. And then I've had groups that have just been sitting there and go nowhere. So you just never know. But again, you're not going to know unless you try. So that is one way to help somebody thrive for free. And again, you guys, in this process, if you have someone who is like, oh yeah, let's do a group, and then they willingly do a live and they're adding people and they're chiming in, you are grooming a promoter, right? If you have somebody who is backpedaling and they're petrified and they're scared to death, that's okay. That's just, it's not their thing. But you can kind of get a good idea of what you're dealing with. I also like to offer my, I also like to offer my help to help my customer. Jeez, words are hard. They give one referral and I give them a second. Yes, I too, and this is something to think about, you guys. So last month, for whatever reason, I don't know, the stars and the moon, everything lined up, everything was hunky-dory. And in that like 4-day period, I had 9 customers. I just literally, the first one, I put number 2 and 3 under them. Number 4, I put 5 and 6 under them. I just stacked people, and I just set, and I went back to the one and said, hey, I know you didn't ask for it, but also I will tell you, these are people who I had been talking to about Thrive for a really long time, and I knew they wanted to do it, but I knew money was an issue. So the way I stacked them, I said, you know, hey, number 1, because it was like 2 days later, I was like, I just want you to know I got a couple new customers and I put them under you because I know that you're going to want to thrive for at least 8 solid weeks. You've already pushed the bill for 1. I found a way to help cover the second. That number 1 then immediately sent my name and information and connected me to people with some of his friends. Just not like, he didn't promise them that I was going to get them free Thrive or anything, but he was just like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing that you're helping me do this. He started to spread the word. So you can do that. But the stars and moons don't always line up like that. So it could be like Courtney said, you know, if you have somebody who's been thriving and they're starting to like it, and you know they're really hoping for free, and you do get another customer, you can say, hey, I've got a hot one. I would just even say, I'm thinking of putting them under you. If I give you 1, you have to get another one so you can thrive for free next month. And if they are wishy-washy and they're not at all excited, then you know probably not to give them a freebie. I would go down my list and see who might be excited about it first. But yeah, you know, I think part of the excitement is when somebody is like ready to make a customer order, you just throw your link out and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I got a newbie. Well, here's the thing about a referral. They are still your newbie. They are still your customer. They still count for your PPA, but their referral part will give that other person credits. So let me, just in case this is muddying the water, I'm assuming when I look at my screen, everyone's lined up the same. Right now, Courtney, myself, and Laura are on top. Is that right for all of you? No. Okay. Well, never mind. I was going to try to use a handy dandy graphic. So just keep in mind, let's say I'm going to go off my screen. I'm customer number one. I have Courtney and I have Laura, and they are my refer to, and I'm now earning free Thrive. Now, Laura can go and get herself 2 customers, and she can get free Thrive. Courtney can go get 2 customers, and she can get free Thrive. Does that make sense? You can keep building that. It's also customer referrals. It's also your customers. They're also going to be your responsibility to contact about auto ships. They're your responsibility to send a thank you note to have 3-way chats with, whatever it is that you do for the people you truly know. These are still your customers. You know, it's just like back when I had a gift shop, Sandra was a big customer. Like, I loved her. She would come in. We had such a good time. That's how we met. If Sandra brought in her best friend from out of town, that was very nice of Sandra, but that person was my customer to take care of, right? So it's the exact same thing. If somebody brings you a referral, no matter who or how they come to you, it's your customer to take care of. So you have to keep that in mind. And you have to understand that when they bring you a referral, it's going to count for them for their free Thrive, not for you. You with me? Okay. I just want to make sure it makes sense because I don't want people to get mad if they don't get free Thrive 1 month. All right. So unfollowing too many Thrivers, putting people into friends lists, keeping track of all the names that you're, constantly reaching out to non-Thrivers. And here's something else I want to talk about. We have some people on the team, shout out dream catchers, who are just literally, I don't know if they're digging people up in the backyard. I'm kidding. But they're just literally signing up customers left and right. And I've had so many people private message me and be like, what is Lacey doing? What is Samantha doing? How is this happening? Well, I'm going to tell you the best thing you can do if you want to know how it's happening is go to their personal Facebook pages. Okay? Right now, I think in the past, we've all gotten kind of wrapped up in the whole algorithm and what is proper and what do we don't. Do we annoy people? Don't we? Okay, here's the rub. You're in a pandemic. This is not normal time. It is not time to worry about your branding. It is not time to worry about your color scheme and your interaction. No. It is the time. This is probably the only time I'm going to say this to you. It is all in, you guys. It's all in. If you're going to your page and you are not talking about Thrive at least once a day in some way, shape, or form, you are missing the boat. Like, I literally just went through, because Shannon Childs just got 2 like back-to-back in the last 20 minutes maybe. So I went to her, I was like, I just want to confirm what I'm going to talk about tonight. And sure enough, if you go to Shannon's page and you scroll through, she's either showing it, she's either on a live talking about it, she's got some graphic about it. Same with Lacey. I mean, now is the time to go all in. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's what is so important. Edie will tell you, if you go to Edie's page, she's full-time Thriver now. And so, then that's the thing too, that I think maybe this is why it's okay to get away with it right now. There's a lot of us that are legit full-time Thrivers right now. So if people, why are you talking about it so much? What's my damn job? That's why. It's my only job right now, right? So it's okay. And it's just such a different time. People are trapped at home still. We're starting to maybe get out a little, but you're in health and wellness. They're worried about their health. They're doing online shopping. Lo and behold, you sell health and wellness online. So now is the time. Don't be shy. Don't pull back. Don't worry about like what all the experts say about your algorithm and overriding and blah, blah, blah. If people don't want to hear it truly and they don't want to see it, they will unfollow you or they will scroll on by. It's okay. The ones who need it will see it. It will fall in their lap if you are putting it out there. Remember, if you don't talk about it, nobody else is going to talk about it for you. So I just want you, Edie, I just got one. So see, while we're doing this damn Zoom, Edie's already got herself a customer. And it's because she is talking about it to people, you guys. She's putting it out there. Edie has gone live more in the last 3 weeks than I have ever seen Edie go live. Minus the puppy live. That's totally different. But it's the effort. It's putting the effort out there. It's sharing what you love with your network, but then sharing it beyond your network because you only know so many people. But everybody that you know knows someone else that you don't. I would also encourage you to be very bold, and I would be adding 10 to 20 new friends on Facebook a day. And if you're like, what do you mean? I don't know how to do that. Go to your friends. Look through their friends list. Maybe there's somebody in there you do kind of know, or maybe someone that they've talked about a lot. Or when you go to their page, if you make a comment on a photo, look and see who else is commenting, who has a similar comment to yours. Click the damn friend button. If they friend you back, great. If they don't, move on with your life. But you're not going to make new friends. It's just like when you're in kindergarten. If you go in there and you don't talk to anybody, you're not going to make any friends, right? So go in there every day and make new friends. I will be the first to tell you, I am not at all yet cut out or able or capable or whatever the hell you want to call it of adding 100 people on Instagram and then unfriending 80 of them and then adding 100 more. That crap just rocked my world. So if you're good at it, do it. Same. If you're good at Pinterest, do it. If you're good at Twitter, do it. Whatever you're good at, go for it. But just make sure you're not talking to the same people over and over and over. You've got to be adding people to your network. So I'm going to challenge you guys to the existing people you have. It's time to unfollow some people temporarily. And you can even make a little note next to your computer. These are the people I'm going to unfollow for May. Doesn't mean I don't love them. It just means they are not going to grow my business. And you can add them back in whatever comes after May. June. And I'm going to challenge you to add 5 to 10 new people a day to your friends list. Now, with that challenge, hopefully you were on the power planning session last night. If you weren't, I'm going to say what I said last night. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 graphic page, whatever the thing we've used for the longest time now, this guy, that guy, that's holding a lot of you back. It was holding me back, so I know it's holding you back. 5 reach outs a day and 4 follow-ups a day, that is not enough. Period, end of sentence. That is not enough. The faces on here, the goals that I've seen you guys send me, the things you say you want to do with your business, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is not enough. As a matter of fact, after that power planning, TJ he kind of whipped up something on his phone. It was cute. I think it was called TJ's list of names to ass kicking or something like that. It was cute. But he took it to heart. He realized too that, you know, the time it takes you to send out 5 messages, why can't you send out more? But a lot of times we're like, oh, shoot, I got my 5 done. I'm done for the day. So I challenge you to hide some people. I challenge you to add some new people. And I challenge you to take your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and throw it out the door and literally just start. So Sandra asked me after that, she was like, how are you doing this? So I literally, this is the book that Courtney Summers gave me. It's my Dragonfly notebook that Courtney gave me. And I just literally I will open it up. I'll put the date on top. I treat kind of like a diary. I put the date on top and anybody I talk to, I just put their names. On a Zoom this afternoon, there were some little things. So I wrote some stuff out to the side about the Zoom that I liked. Sometimes what I like about that is when I'm like, let's say I've got maybe 15 messages out and then I pick something up of the Zoom and I'm like, oh, that's really good wording, or oh, that's a really good idea. Well, the next 30 people that I talk to, I now have that note right there to remind me that that's how I want to word something. So is it beautiful and organized and all that jazz? No. But is it making a hell of a lot bigger business? Yes. So I'm all for the notebook with just a ton of names and scribbles everywhere. And that takes a lot because you guys know I love a good graphic and a chart. I love that stuff. And I also have challenged myself not to make a promo graphic, which again makes my skin crawl because I love whipping up a promo graphic. But I can do voice messages a hell of a lot faster than I can send out pictures. And I can just talk. So I'm challenging myself a lot, obviously. And I'm hoping that you guys take some of that and run with it however you want to do it. So I'm adding 5 to 10 people a day. If you're like, that's out of my comfort zone, I'm going to add 3 a day. Cool. That's better than nothing, right? If I'm doing 40 messages a day and you're like, wow, she's a nut, I'm going to do 15. Awesome, because that's way more than 5. Anything that you want to do is going to be reflected in your business. Will it be reflected tomorrow? Probably not, but that's okay, because when it's reflective, it's going to show up. And I think that's the thing that people struggle with too. They're like, I'm working so hard. Well, good. Keep working hard. It doesn't happen overnight. An athlete doesn't train for 8 hours one day and be like, I'm the best. They got to keep doing it. You don't put it, I love this crap, but you don't put a seed in the ground and give it 1 dose of water and like watch it grow, right? It takes time. Also, you don't keep digging the dirt away to look at the seed to see if it's growing, right? You got to keep it covered. You got to trust the process. You have to know that when you water it and fertilize it, that it is growing under the dirt. And so that's something to think about. I want to say it was Sandra, but I could be totally wrong. But somebody got a customer this week and they had Laura. Laura got a lady who she didn't even know that this woman was paying any attention to anything she's done all these years. But when that lady started the conversation, she flat out said, I love watching your posts. I've been watching you. So you never know. So Laura had been fertilizing and watering probably over here and had no idea that some of it was landing over here. Okay, so trust the process, do the work. Literally, if you just put your head down and you do your messages and you do the stuff that's uncomfortable, like unfollowing people and talking to strangers, your business will grow. All right, anyway, I'm on my Laura says stories are, it jumped. Stories are a gold mine. I look to see who looks at mine and then I go to their page and comment on their post. Exactly. If you're like, I don't know who to talk to today, I have no idea where to go to your stories, or just go back to some of your old posts and scroll through the comments, or click like the little button that says, 82 people hearted your picture. Well, who are they? Click them, pull them up, see what's going on in their life. Edie says, trust the process. A to the men. Sam says, also, don't compare your business to someone else's. Someone else's success does not dampen yours. We all have ebbs and flows. We got to cheer each other on and know that everyone sprouts at a different time. Abso-freaking-lutely. As a matter of fact, Edie, I'm going to call you out in a loving way. So Edie was killing it. Like, she's still killing it, but she was killing it like at the end of April. And so then she was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do this in all of May. And I want to say it was like 1 or 2 days into May. And she was like, nobody's responding. She's like, but really, then I think we said, how many people have you talked to? And it was like this number, and how many people had responded, and it was this number. And I'm like, so wait, you actually got somebody to respond? I'm like, I did 40 messages today and I got crickets. That is the hard part of your job. The fun part is when people say yes. The fun part is helping people feel better. The fun part is the message that Ricky Acton got today that made her cry, because the person's whole life is completely different because she sold her Thrive. That is the fun part. But if you want to get to the fun part, you got to do the crap. You got to do the messages. You got to do all the messages. And then when you think you're done, do 10 more. That is truly the core of your job. All right. So, yeah. And just again, about what Sam is saying, everyone on here, I mean, I see everyone's face. Every single one of you have had a time where you have been like the shout out person. Like where I'm like, crap, I have to find another picture of them because I just shouted them out 30 minutes ago and people aren't going to know this is a second shout out, right? We've all been there. But then you've also had your turn where you're like, damn, I haven't had a shout out in weeks. And that is okay. If business was easy, we'd have a whole lot more people around here. But it's not made for everybody. You guys are tough as nails. That's what you guys do. You are willing to be in the ditch to help pull people out. There are some people who, as soon as they saw the ditch, were like, no, I have my good shoes on. I got to go, right? That's not us. We get down in there, we work with them, and we pull them out, even when we don't feel like it, because that's what we do, because we have bigger goals than our PPA, right? Messenger will make you a millionaire. Absolutely. He said that, I think, 2-3 years ago at conference, and it is so true. Like when people say to me, I'm sending messages, I'm like, how many? And do you really mean, like, are you in Messenger or on text message and an email, or are you like shooting a hey, cute shirt girl on a photo, right? There's a big difference. You have to get in Messenger. And actually on my computer, when I can actually click Facebook Messenger separately and just go into Messenger. It's not nearly as much fun, but I get a whole lot more work done. So if you need that, look for that option. On my phone, Messenger is always popping up. So it haunts me in my daytime, but it's okay. All right. So anyway, we have a couple minutes. We have 8 minutes left. Does anybody have a shout out, a question, a tip, a whatever? Kudos to the girls that were on Brittany's Zoom this morning. Lacey, Edie, and Samantha, you guys were amazing. The whole Zoom was good. So if you guys haven't seen it, I shared the recording of it in Dream Team. Tonight we have the VIP Mindset. I forget what time, but I'll post it when we get off of here. And Susan's actually going to do a live this week in her team page. The last couple of weeks she has not. She's done other things for her team, but tonight she's actually going to do a live. And I don't know for sure. She might even try to whip out a promo of some kind tonight. So we should all kind of be paying attention to that. Shout out to Sandra D. I know she's on the phone, but again, in case you guys missed it last night, she became a grandma again, and she is currently taking care of her first grandbaby, and he is running out doggy doors, so she's exhausted. Anybody, what's going on? Talk to me. Oh, hang on, let me see. Edie, you're open.
Okay, I just have a question about host to post. It was mentioned on the Zoom this morning.
Yes.
It got a lot of credit, and then somebody had commented, be careful with host to post because it is very salesy. And that's one thing I want to stay away from. I don't want to sound salesy. I want to sound compassionate. So
okay,
what do you think of that?
Here's the thing with host to post. First of all, I will find it, but Kayla Fox has an entire like 12-minute Zoom where she just lays out how she does it. Basically, she goes on and she has some sort of giveaway, like, you know, hey, today's Transformation Tuesday, and if you spell your name backwards, I will, you know, put you in the drawing for a 5-day trial pack or a $50 gift card, whatever the heck you want to give away. A puppy, I'll put my name in. From there, when someone contacts her back, and all the verbiage is in the Zoom, so I'm not going to get real detailed, but when somebody contacts her back, she says, okay, for your chance to enter, I need you to share this on your page. Some people will do it, some people won't. It's up to you what you have them share. So the very first time I tried host to post, I was just going to copy everything that had been said. It was all about weight loss. And the first girl who said yes, that she would do it, I know is currently in waiting for her elective weight loss surgery. And I was like, well, that ain't going to work, because that is not the person who needs to post on Facebook that I'm going to take Thrive and lose all this weight. So that kind of put the brakes on for me for a hot second, and I had to figure it out. And so I did a different graphic where I talked about just helping people feel better. And the wording I gave her to share was, I don't even remember what it was exactly, but basically she just said, hey, my friend Tammy is totally helping me get my energy back and my nutrition on track, and she's willing to help 2 other people. And so that's what they shared on their page. So I didn't share anything. She shared it. And then they could comment, and I could look, and I could refer to it. So it could be salesy. Like I could share it on my page, but I think that's kind of salesy. And again, the wording that you have them post, if you want it to be compassionate, then you just tell them the compassionate words you want them to share. So I will put the host to post Zoom how to on Dream Team again, or I'll find it and tag you in it so you can see it. But just remember, it's only salesy if you make it salesy. Okay? It's a great way to grow your network though. So like a couple of people that shared it for me, they had people commenting on it, and I just immediately added them as friends because I can. So because I needed new friends. Anybody else? Shout out for anybody? Anybody got something awesome going on? Oh, yes, you can take the idea and make, yes, absolutely. Just make it your own. Okay, well, I won't keep you because it's after 8. You guys are the best. I will share the recording as soon as it's uploaded. Go grow your networks and go sell. Go sell Thrive. Easy peasy, right? Okay,